Hit the wrong button. I did. Ugh. Probably gonna tweet again. Oh well. Ugh. And I blame this cat. Because as soon as I started the stream up, he decided to do this. Climb all over me. Alright, let me go check Twitter to see if it posted twice. I'm going to kick the other tweet out of the way. Well, it looks like it only tweeted once, so I guess I'm okay. Hi. Hello. It's a thief. I'm running a little bit late tonight. I was intending to start streaming by 7, but I was working on yet another press article for MMO-Central.com, and editing took a little longer than I expected, so stuff happens. Wait a minute, I'm on my own channel. I can say this, and I'm not streaming official Lojo stuff. I can say this shit happens. Anyway, hi cat. Hi Tiffy. Hope y'all are having a decent Sunday. I myself, am getting accosted by a kitty cat. People are posting stuff in my Discord. What are they posting? Oh, God. Elda, why? No! 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 I really am grossed out by photoshops of one kind of animal over another kind of animal, so horses with dog mouths and stuff. It's fucking creepy. Get that on my Discord. I don't like it! But anyway, and of course it was posted in like 5 million different Discords, so I have to skim past it on all of them. Seriously, they're like in 5 fucking different Discords, and no, I do not like. Anyway, let's actually play some WoW. So, for the news, the WoW news du jour. Hi, Catriona. The new patch for WoW, 8.3 drops on Tuesday. There are going to be many changes occurring. There are some small, moderate class changes that are going to happen. Nothing major, like to upset apple carts and whatnot. A lot of the big changes, I actually wrote an article about this yesterday. Trying to get back in the saddle for press stuff, because, you know, I haven't written anything for press since August. You know, busy doing the whole job hunting thing. And then having a job that didn't really give me a lot of time to write stuff. And I still don't really have a lot of time, but, you know, you do press when you got time. Because unlike some of my colleagues in game press, press is not my job. Doesn't pay any bills. I don't get paid for it, so when I get home from work, I like to play video games, not write about them, but if one wants a media pass to PAX East, one needs to actually have some recent content to show them, to say, hey, look, yeah, I'm still actually doing this thing. So, none of my Horde characters are ready to go for the new expansion. I'm sorry, the new update. Let me retweet me article real quick. I just did a retrospective on MMOs in 2019. Was the article I just published. Yay. I'm only 12 days of the year late, but that's okay. Um, so let me actually go find that article so I can remember what the hell I wrote, so we can discuss the details. I mean, you can of course go fishing on MMO Champion or Wowhead, or I prefer Wowhead personally, mainly because I know the lady who runs it, Perculia, and she's really freaking awesome. So, the title of the new expansion, or god damn, I'm gonna keep saying it, the new patch is called Visions of N'Zoth. N'Zoth is an old god from back in the day. I think it's It, was featured in the Ajara Warbringers short that had a lot of really scary, awesome drums, and featured the voice of Darren DePaul as N'Zoth, and Darren DePaul is my friend and awesome. And so N'Zoth is gonna cause some shit. However, players are going to, unlike the last major patch, they're not adding new areas for you to go to, except the new raid will be in the the Waking City of Ny'alotha. So those of you who have read Lovecraft, God, I got stuff on my microphone. Actually, Thief got stuff on my microphone. There's a lot of Lovecraftian shenanigans going on here. By the way, I'm wearing the Blood Elf Heritage armor, which is freaking amazing. Me likey. And actually Quicksilver's wearing it too, even though Quicksilver's hair clips through it a little bit. It looks really good with this golden bow of the Blood Elves, or whatever the hell, that you can get in Sunwell, which is level 70 content on Kil'Donis. So I'm gonna switch over to one of my Alliance characters. I'm actually gonna switch over to my Alliance main, because it's the only character that I have that's even vaguely ready for this content. She's not my main, she's one of my lobies. One of the things that's gonna go away with the patch is the 15% XP boost from the WoW anniversary event, which has been going on since mid-November. So basically 2 months they celebrate. They've been around for 15, 14, however many freaking years. So I'm gonna go back to my main. I still have some questing to do on this character to get ready. Basically, you had to be more or less done with the current game content before you can do any of the new stuff. Plus the fact that the raid will not, as usual, will not be available for LFR on day one. They'll have to wait a couple weeks, and then LFR will get their go at things. So, you know, that's what it is. So there'll be some class changes. The main thing is, you know, the only new ad is going to be the Waking City. And yes, you can fly on a parrot now in the game. Alright. Let's pop up here. Just to hover over. This is the city of Boralus, the capital of Kultiras. So other things, Lua errors, meh. Other things that are going to be happening is they're going to give you 2 more allied races for the game. The Horde will become friends or become allied with the Volpera, which are the fox critters available in over here in Vol'dun. That was the name I was looking for. Alliance cannot do anything with the Volpera. It's a completely Horde setup faction. The Alliance allied race is going to be the Mechagnomes, which you can make friends with. I gotta go back to Kultiras, and then you can pick. Why can't I pick Mechagon? There we go. Mechagon. Doom. Right there. Basically, much like the 2 allied races, each faction got in... Well, basically like the 2 allied races from Legion, which, well, both sets of allied races from Legion. The Horde's allied races were known about at launch. Everybody could start working on their progression even though you didn't know about it from the get-go. Alliance's faction you didn't even hear about till halfway through the damn expansion, and they were just added to the game recently, and while it might be faster and easier to grind rep with them, it's still the fact that you have to play through the half of the expansion before you even get to them. Also, a couple other things in the Horde's favor. The Volpera start with 9 classes, and the Mechagnomes only have 8. The Volperi will be able to be Shaman. Mechagnomes have no equivalent. There were actually hope that they might, make a Tinker sort of race or some. I'm sorry, Tinker class or something, but that didn't happen because Blizzard obviously doesn't care about the Alliance all that damn much. I mean, come on. All the cinematics from this expansion have been extremely Horde centric. Like all the really big ones, the ones that are full on CGI, they're all Horde. And the Horde get extra cutscenes hither and yonder depending on. And the Horde actually got choices during this expansion. Like, a Horde player could choose whether to be a Sylvanas loyalist or a Saurfang loyalist. And you got a little bit of extra content one way or the other. Alliance, nah, you just show up and play through it and shut up. Also, one thing on unlocking Mechagnomes for the Alliance, you have to do a dungeon. Whether you like to or not. Whether you want to do a heroic one or not. Right now, the dungeon is currently mythic only. However, I didn't want that. I wanted that. However, Alliance will basically... What am I looking for? I want quests. Where is it? I haven't done that yet. Oh, I still have to do Old Soldier, which is the... whatever. I think so. So, basically, in order to get a Mechagnome, you have to be, of course, level 120. You have to be exalted with the Rust Bolt Resistance. And you can work on that as your Horde character if you so desire. And you have to also complete the Mechagonian Threat, which is like the Mechagon storyline. But this very last item right here, Operation Mechagon, is currently a mythic dungeon. What they're going to do on Tuesday is they're going to split the dungeon in two, like the current Return to Karazhan is. And they'll be like, half the bosses will be over here, the other half the bosses will be over here, and they made it possible for solo players to be able to play through it, sort of. If you normally don't like to group up, you're still going to have to group up. You can do it in the dungeon LFR tool by going to Dungeon Finder, and it will be listed as a heroic dungeon down here somewhere, right? So you can only play it at 120, but you have to suffer through at least one dungeon with other people. If you absolutely freaking hate grouping up, too damn bad. If you're Horde and want the Volpera, all you have to do is complete the Vol'dun zone story, get exalted with the Volpera faction, the Vol'dunai, and complete the short intro and you're done. Nice. Speaking of Death Knights, you notice both of these new races will get Death Knights. All races across the entire game will be able to create Death Knights on Tuesday. Previously, Pandaren couldn't do it, and none of the new allied races could either. However, they're making a change. Panda and later races will play through a different starting instance than before, because they all missed the Wrath of the Lich King boat, so they will play through a different starting instance featuring Bolvar Fordragon as the Lich King and not Arthas Menethil. So that should be fun. What else is going on? If you've acquired certain legendary weapons, which are not the same as legendary weapons in Lotro, well, actually, the artifact weapons were like legendary weapons, but no, certain legendaries like, did someone say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? Or Thoradal, the Stars Fury. If you acquired one of those legendary weapons on a class that can equip them, unlike my druid who acquired Thoradal. Thoradal is a bow. Druids can't use bows, so therefore it's not gonna work. I checked this on the PTR yesterday, and I was unsurprised yet still disappointed. So if you have a legendary weapon on a class that can equip it, that item will go into your appearance list, and then you will be able to transmog it on any other character on your account with sufficient level and ability to wield that item. It's kind of cool. There's some that are going to be class restricted because only a certain class could wield them now. That's still going to apply. So what are they doing to basically entertain us until the next expansion comes out? We don't know when Shadowlands is due to come out, though every time I hear that name, I want to start singing songs from The Lion King because Nala's song Shadowlands always comes to mind. But anyway, until then, they're giving us some stuff to do, leading up to the story of, you know, what happens in the Shadowlands and whatnot. And apparently we're going to go kill N'Zoth in a 12-boss raid in the Waking City of Ny'alotha. But until then, until we can actually go in there, we need to gear ourselves up. And much like the pre-launch events to Legion, they will be doing N'Zoth assaults. Like, his forces will go in and assault Uldum. Uldum down here. Right here. And the other place they're going to assault is the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, which currently looks like a mess because it's still Shaw infested thanks to Garrosh Hellscream. However, what's going to happen is the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, will be set back to its normal pristine state. It regenerated like a Time Lord. But during the invasion, it'll look different. Both zones will look a bit different. Both zones will have quests and adventures that you can do, kind of like the current Legion assaults are in the Broken Isles. However, they will also spawn world bosses, 2 specific world bosses up here in the Valley of Four Winds. It'll be one of the Klaxi, those bug people. That we became friends with and then enemies with. It's very bizarre. And then down in Uldum, that's not what I was looking for. Down here in Uldum, we'll be dealing with, actually, Ahn'Qiraj was appropriate because the bugs from Ahn'Qiraj, the mantids, no, the mantids are the ones who swarm. Basically, we're all getting infected with bugs in both places, so all kinds of fun. And you get loot. Now, the thing about the assaults, there'll be periodic attacks. There'll be a schedule as to when they'll be up and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And when the attack is over, the zone goes back to its normal behavior. The other thing that they're doing is something called Horrific Visions. And what they're going to do is they're going to take both capitals, Stormwind and Orgrimmar, and you'll enter a corrupted version of them. And what you will have to do is to play your way through the content in those areas, but you're going to die a lot. They compared it to roguelikes, progression rating, and the Mage Tower. However, unlike the Mage Tower, these are not going to be solo instances necessarily. I mean, you can run them solo if you want, but you'll also be able to run them up to a regular dungeon group, like up to 5 players. And the idea here is to make players continue to do this content over and over again, and every time you go in, you get a little bit further. You acquire stuff that you can barter, and then you can trade it in and upgrade your stuff, and then that will help you progress further the next time. So, basically like progression rating. Tied to that is something, a new legendary cloak provided by the Black Prince Raytheon, who is also going to be one of the 12 bosses in the raid. And the legendary cloak will help protect you against the corruption and insanity mechanics in these horrific visions, and you upgrade that over time, and then as you hit level 6 with the cloak, or rank 6, you get a new appearance. It's kind of horde-like, and if you get rank 12, you get a nice appearance that's more like an alliance color, Titan colors. It looks really cool. It actually looks really cool. It's going to be a new PvP season, new mounts and pets. They're overhauling the auction house to make it so you're not scrolling through 20 damn pages of one stack items. It'll be more like, hey, I want to buy a stack of 100 ore, whatever, copper ore, whatever, and it's gonna let you buy the 10, 100, let you allocate how much ore you want, and then it'll help you buy that much. It'll tell you how much you're gonna be charged, and it'll buy the cheapest ones out of the ones that are available. It's kind of cool. So it's gonna do a little bit of stopping the auction house from people are gonna stop gaming the system by frequently undercutting and taking something. This is something that happens in the SWTOR GTN a lot. Is somebody will post something for a high price because it's so rare, and then like 20 people who get the same item later will post it for a smaller amount. So in like 2 hours time, the price went from something decent to something in the toilet. So that's that. So Blizzard has update notes available on worldofwarcraft.com, and Wowhead has a survival guide up on wowhead.com. So definitely check all that stuff out if that's something of interest. In the meantime, let me go back and check Twitch to see. Firstly, Signamu, they're still streaming. Okay, I don't know that person, but they seem to be okay. The Kylaxa. You unsub back in November and you missed playing. Fair. Anyway, I'm going to play something, hovering. As you can see, I have already unlocked flying for my alt, so it makes life so much easier, I gotta tell you. Alright. I mean, I could send people out for stuff, but there's really nothing in this table anymore that I really need. Let's go over here. Hey. The battle for Stromgarde. Oh, that's another thing. They are going to put a, well, you can't see it, but sometimes it's the battle for Stromgarde, sometimes it's the battle for Darkshore. They are going to add a heroic Darkshore, which you can only do with a pre-made group. You can't do it, there's no way to queue for it. But you can do the regular Warfront if you want to. However, bearing in mind you're going to get an item level 370 item. And it's not honestly worth it anymore when my eye level is 414. Because I think that the best thing you can get out of that is an item that's like a 415 weapon or something. But we're going to go look at what I need to do on my Alliance character to get ready. Now, I had deliberately left this quest over here out of the way. This is the Eve of Battle. This is going to lead you to the new content and have you ready for the next update. I think I'm going to actually adjust my sounds a little bit. I have been messing with them and I don't like them right now. The music is fine. I want to actually increase the dialogue so I can actually hear what the NPCs are saying.
I thought I saw you glance in my direction.
There, Matthias Shaw. Alright, the time has come. And this will happen after you beat Ajara and complete the war campaign up to this point. We still have to deal with Sylvanas because she took a powder. You say this openly while Sylvanas' sister is standing right there. Alright. Mobilize our available forces and stand ready to finish the war. Wanted me to brief you on the situation before we join him. There have been some interesting developments. Uh-oh, cutscene? Are we gonna do cutscene?
What needs done? The job's not done yet.
Uh-oh, cutscene. It's always a cutscene.
Anduin, Sylvanas' actions have threatened us all. And day by day, her power grows. If our world is to survive, we must strike while we still can. Meet with me, and we will speak.
So few.
How many can you provide?
Enough for one final assault. If that fails, we're done. If we end her reign, what kind of war chief will you be?
The horde I joined was birthed in blood, tainted by corruption. The road that led to the Dark Portal was long and wide, paved with the bones of innocence. We called it the Path of Glory. That was the great lie upon which the Horde was founded. That anything we did was honorable. Thrall, Rosen, they were not the true heirs to Blackhand's bloody legacy. Sylvanas Windrunner is.
No. No, this is the Horde. Led by you. Someone who has
Honor. I've never known honor. They deserve more. But the Horde is doomed to be shackled by the chains of the past.
The Horde has no exclusive claim to regrets. Arthas, Dalen, the ghosts of the past haunt us as well.
We could not fill the chasm between the Horde and Alliance if we labored 1,000 years. You know this.
Then what are we fighting for?
Soldiers, on your feet!
Start breaking camp immediately!
Lord Saurfang?
Zakan, where is our home?
Sappy boy.
Orgrimmar?
Not our city. Our home.
Azeroth.
And ours?
Azeroth.
Right now, there are only two forces in this world that matter. One bent on harming our world.
And one that will protect her.
So, what are we doing?
Breaking the cycle.
Are we really breaking the cycle? That is a good question. Alright. Supposed to take a teleport from the mage. See, breaking the cycle means, you know, breaking the Horde and Alliance eternal fighting. And, I'm not so sure. I like the idea of being able to pick another path, quite frankly. Let me... Oh, I didn't even hear my boss go off. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright.
Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Razor Hill. This will be fun.
Have a good one.
Alright, so what do we got here? We We got a druid trainer. We got alliance guards. Got some dwarves. Got some night elves. Very scantily clad night elves. Like, look, why are the... Well, hello, dudes. Okay. Night elves. You realize you have thorns in the woods? I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. Night elves apparently never heard of armor. And of course we've got the High Overlord's raiders. They at least have something resembling pants on. Okay, it's biker shorts, but hey, whatever works. Alright. So my question here is, this is a gnome. So they're also doing this content as well. Who's that? An Alliance Guard. So I'm supposed to speak to the king. That's a gnome hunter. I need that. I think this might be the first time I've ever been in here as Alliance. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Interesting. Interesting. We've got ourselves 2/3 of the Windrunners right here. And yes, I'm one of those people who is a little bit grumpy that we didn't get high elves in the game, that we got stuck with void elves that nobody wanted and nobody asked for. Alright, on the Alliance side, we've got Matthias Shaw, Spymaster, Anduin Wrynn, King of Stormwind, Jaina Proudmoore, and Lord Admiral Jaina Proudmoore, and Chantress Feathermoon, the General of the Sentinel Army, who, unlike her army, knows how to wear armor. And then on our side, we got Saurfang, Zappy Boy, aka Zekon, and of course, Chris Metzen.
Well met.
See? Chris Metzen. At least he's not saying, have you come to serve the Horde anymore.
Thromkar.
What else does he say?
Loktar.
I've met Metzen a couple times. He is an awesome, awesome dude. Yeah, my Chrome is misbehaving, so let's pull up Thingamajigger. Fun as a suggested streamer when I'm streaming Dungeons & Dragons online. Nice! Yeah, DDO, actually, it was a close vote as to whether I was going to play DDO tonight or play something else, and I decided not to play DDO simply because they're playing tabletop on DDO stream right now, so I don't want to mess with their stuff. In the meantime, though, let me restart Chrome because Chrome is a butthead. It, like, seriously crashed, and I'm not sure why it does this periodically. I haven't figured out the reasoning, so thank goodness I keep Chatty open. There we are. So I can actually see too many people streaming. Sorry you're late. It's okay, Wayward. We're just hanging out, having fun. Not causing trouble. Yeah, you've gotten this far. You love it? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. So, since the Kylaxa is new to the party, I also stream DDO. I am one of the Lotro streamers, much like my friend Wayward playing there. We stream Lord of the Rings Online officially. I personally have taken to not streaming my official Lotro show on the Lotro channel because previously I worked at times that I couldn't stream at night, and so my numbers were tanking, so Cordovan doesn't care if I stream over here instead. I also play DDO, occasionally play SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, and occasionally we'll draw artwork on this shiny graphics tablet sitting right over there. But I almost was going to do art, then I decided, you know what, when Sapiens is streaming later tonight, I will draw art while he's streaming, and I'll moderate his channel and play with Photoshop then. But I was real tempted to play some DDO tonight, but I really need to get both DDO and Lotro to allow me. There's a bug or a problem with the current Windows update that doesn't let Lotro or DDO let you adjust the gamma or brightness if you have two monitors. It's a pain in the ass. In the meantime, I've been playing WoW since vanilla, and I enjoy the hell of it. I do also, I haven't done it in a while, but I do have a classic installation. And I imagine that when Warcraft 3 Reforged comes out, I'm going to play it just to play through the story once. Because a lot of WoW's lore, I mean, it was really good. I mean, the original Warcraft and Orcs and Humans was really basic in terms of story. Very black and white. Warcraft 2, you know, helped with a lot of that. But Warcraft 3 is really where they like, boom, here's a thing. And now we, of course, have World of Warcraft 14 years later.
Sometimes we must fight for what we believe in.
Oh, here's a question. Where's Tyrande? She took a powder. She hasn't responded to my missive since departing for Darkshore. I fear vengeance has consumed her. Why wouldn't it? Does the word genocide mean anything to you, Anduin Wrynn? And I say this as somebody whose first character in WoW was a night elf. And when the Horde burned down Teldrassil, I'm like, how dare you? Again, I am firmly of the belief that Blizzard has a distinct bias toward the Horde. Because it's like, well, the Horde lost a capital city too. The Horde didn't lose it, Sylvanas gave it up. You know, the Alliance didn't destroy the Undercity. Sylvanas destroyed it so the Alliance couldn't have it. I mean, she's a little child sometimes. And if Blizzard makes Sylvanas out to be the good guy at the end, is like, oh, hey, I was trying to fight N'Zoth, and we're all going to the Shadowlands and it's going to be a good thing, I'm going to be super pissed. But on the other hand, I brought my concerns to a friend of mine who works at Blizzard. I'm not going to name names or what department they're in. They have insight into the matter. And they would, of course, not say anything. You notice I'm being very careful about gender as well. So it's not who you think it is. It's also not who you think it might be. But this person was just nodded and said, wait and see. So we'll have to wait and see. But if there are certain kinds of the story that I will accept. I wouldn't necessarily even accepted the notion that Sylvanas was under some sort of outside influence. First of all, she seems too strong-willed for that. And secondly, it cheapens the character of Sylvanas as a villain anyway. But mainly it's like, no, she doesn't get to get away with this. If they let her get away with it, oh my god, just burn the game down and start over again. There have to be real consequences to this sort of thing. I mean, Garrosh lost his life. Anyway. So Tyrande
is only as noble as the causes he serves.
We don't know where she is. Alright, next. Alright. We must still stop Sylvanas here now. This ain't mine. Sylvanas' loyalists have collapsed part of the canyon path to Orgrimmar. We are cut off from our vanguard, and I fear they will be destroyed if we cannot reinforce them quickly. Our forces are few in number. We cannot afford to leave them stranded for long. Tink, Master Overspark, and Gazlowe believe they have a solution. Hurry and aid them however you can. Clear the paths of Boulder's Mines and other obstructions between Razor Hill and Orgrimmar.
Victory in the light.
King Wrynn, may we speak?
Of course.
Our sister is patient. She knows we have precious few soldiers left. While we lay siege to Orgrimmar, she will whittle away our numbers. But Sylvanas is not the only threat we face. The old god has been freed. I can hear his whispers, sense his unseen tendrils writhing all around us.
I know, Illyria. What are you suggesting?
Sylvanas commands what may be the only army capable of defeating N'Zoth. For the sake of Azeroth, perhaps we should stand aside and let her.
Your sister will not fight for us, Illyria. When Sylvanas realized the war was on the cusp of ending, she lured both fleets into Ajara's hands. Not to find victory, but to meet death.
In the end, death claims us all. Etrib told me those were among the last words Sylvanas spoke to Vol'jin.
We cannot wage two wars. Sylvanas must fall. Here. Now. Before all is lost.
It shall be so, my king. Barisa and I will scout her line for weaknesses. Good luck to all of us.
Okay, so this is important leading into Shadowlands. Mainly because the long game here is that Sylvanas is allegedly working to figure out what the hell's going on in the Shadowlands. The Shadowlands, of course, the afterlife. It's the realm of the dead, overseen by 4 factions. The Revendreth, I'm not even gonna remember. I don't remember. The only ones that I am definitely liking are the Kyrians, because hello, look at my character's name. Surprise. I kind of laughed at that. So this character will be going to the Kyrians because they're pretty much paladin themed, so it's going to happen. And then, so Sylvanas is talking about everybody gonna die. And the big problem here is that normally, when the Shadowlands and everything's working correctly, people's souls wind up in the right area in the Shadowlands and all is well. But all is not well because people are dying and winding up in a place called the Maw, which is not a very nice place. And generally only the lost souls. Nobody's been ever able to get out of the Maw except apparently Sylvanas and then us. Alright. Alright, what are the guards talking about? Feels strange laying siege to our own city. Second time for me. Fought beside the Alliance back then, too. Veteran traitor, huh? I never betrayed the Horde, that's why I'm here. I am... I am the perfect candidate to control this magnificent application of Tinkology! We have souped up the Mindbot 5000 with a few choice improvements. Improvements made possible by my incredible genius! Anyway, this baby should be able to clear out anything in its path. Mines, boulders, and some skulking assassins. When goblins and gnomes work together, shit happens. It'll be fun, but shit happens. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, what am I missing here? One thing I do need to do real quick is I need to make a quick highlight of another channel. Because I am the Twitch director for Signum University, and the Girls of Middle-earth were streaming their show earlier. And as is traditional, since the Signum U channel is not an affiliate, much less a partner, their Twitch VODs go away very quickly, so one of my tasks is to ensure that all of their shows get archived. At least on Twitch. I don't handle their YouTube channel. Alright, we got Gila, or is it Gila? Like a Gila monster. Crosswires, and Tinkmaster, and Gazlo the Goblin. So, two of my favorite characters from Battle for Azeroth is this couple, Safi and Grezik. Safi is a gnome, Grezik is a dwarf, is a goblin, and they're married, and they're so freaking cute. They're so cute together. Anyway, let's go do this. Awesome. What things I have? I have Boulder Annihilation. And then the other one is Zaps, the Zone Appropriate Protection System. Destroys mines and inflicts nature damage to saboteurs within 15 yards. The other one, just you beat up boulders. Alright. Nice. Surprisingly, the design of this is surprisingly not ramshackle. Which server am I playing on? In which game? Because I play on a different server in every game. Zap. Oh, I got a button that's got a new a mushroom cloud on it. It's gonna be fun. Oh no. Boom. Alright. Well, they can all move forward. Ride the griffin to the front. Alright. A wild hammer griffin, of course. If I was playing this as Horde, I'd be riding the wyvern or wyvern. Aussie Worgen, how you doing, my friend? What are you up to? Causing trouble? Discovered Durotar. Wait, I've discovered Durotar before. I've flown over Orgrimmar. Checking out the PTR. Yeah, I was doing that the other day for a little bit because I wanted to get information as to how the legendaries would show up. You know, whether you can just transmog it if you just happen to have a legendary in your inventory, but nope, you have to be able to equip it before it counts. So my druid that has Thoradal in her bank is a very sad monkey. Save that mod. Alright, we're done with that. Alright, let's get into my VOD manager for later. In the meantime. Alright. Oh, somebody from Method? Is it the real Method or somebody pretending to be Method? Because I thought Method was an EU
A just
guild.
cause is always worth fighting for.
You've got Thoradal on your hunter? Lucky. I got Thoradal dropping on a druid, which does me no freaking good whatsoever. I don't have Volunteer yet for my Pally either. Though my Paladin, my Horde Paladin, has both Warglaives. Again, it does her no damn bit of good. Alright. Alrighty. We picked up the Vanguard, but we're still fighting. Alright, bunch of quests to do. Someone's showing off. Okay, dispatch saboteurs, sneak past our sentries, plant bombs on our siege weaponry. Alright. Suspicious crates, okay. Kill loyalists? Sure. Or assassins. West fortify Thunder Bluff. Blah blah blah. Deliver deployment orders. Okay, so we are going to assail all of Orgrimmar's gates. There's 3 of them. While we also defending Thunder Bluff. That's a tall order there, King Andor.
To flank the city from the western gate.
And leave you here unguarded with them? If I wanted to harm him, I'd have done it in the stockades.
No one knows Orgrimmar's defenses better than Saurfang. We need
Fifi?
to trust each other if we are to succeed.
Very well. But the Banshee is clever. Dividing our forces might play right into her hands.
It's unfortunate that Warlock's Voidwalker was in the damn way. So we get to see Gen being all grumpy. Grumpy Greymane. Can't wait to see the other DKs. Oh, I was considering loading up the PTR. But you can't show the DKs. Even if you have Shadowlands pre-ordered, it wouldn't let you. And I was like, Alright, let's talk to Jaina. So we got all the mages over here. We've got your Alliance mages. You got some more Alliance mages. They all kind of look the same. And we've got some Nightborn mages. One of the fun things that I did was back before we knew that Nightborn would be a Horde allied race, is I made a Night Elf named Nightborn. Alright, have a good time. See you next stream. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Definitely Friday. Actually, no. Friday I'll be streaming Winterstock all weekend from the Langevall server. So I'll be doing that. So we're going to be lots of music. I'll talk to people mostly in chat over here. I won't be talking on the microphone because I don't like to talk over the music in a big event like this. Or like that. So, but we're going to do that. I might stream between now and then, but I don't know yet how it's all going to play out. Anyway, Jaina.
What would you ask the Daughter of the Sea?
Alright, you have deployment orders from Saurfang and King Rin.
Be careful who you trust. First Arcanist, we are to shield our forces from magical assault as they lay siege to the city.
A wise decision. We can do so more effectively from higher ground. Lord Admiral, might I ask about the spellcraft you employed at Lordaeron? The levitating warship?
Would you believe me if I told you it was a Koltiran trade secret?
Summoning the ship, perhaps. But as for the enchanted cannons...
Yeah, honestly, this looks like a multi-boxer at play, right? I really need to move rarity because I keep running across the tooltip and it pops that window up. I wish I had that outfit. That hat is really cool. So it does actually make me wonder if I'm fighting these guys and everybody thought, you know, that we were allies and I'm suddenly attacking these guys. Wouldn't they think, I mean, wouldn't there be a moment where they'd be wondering if I was being evil? Right? And And I do like the armor set. It's like, though, why do the guys have much better shoulder pauldrons? I mean, look at that. They're going against these little itty bitty ones, and these guys are like, home. I'm like, come on. Not fair. It's sexist. It's sexist. At least on the Horde side, look. Your Tauren, they all have decently sized shoulder pads for their dudes, and then, you know, the orcs have theirs. And even the lady, look at the lady orcs. I mean, their pauldrons are smaller because they themselves are smaller, but they're not like ridiculously smaller. They actually make sense in terms of, oh hey, this character's wearing oversized shoulder pads for their character. Like the human ladies are like, ah, screw this, I will just go with this tiny thing that doesn't hardly cover anything. Horde bias. Yeah, I see the one up there. You're gonna have to only have a select few characters to go through Shadowlands, and then work on leveling the others, including your Horde side. Oh, hi. Let's get in here so I can actually see what we're doing. Part of my problem is I only have 5 characters at 120. I have my Horde Paladin, this Paladin, and then I have 3 characters that I leveled through AV, quite frankly, during the XP boost. And the reason I did those 3 characters was because I wanted their artifact appearances, their PvP artifact appearances. So I was playing through them. I like this, by the way. Look at that. That's actually kind of an interesting design. Instead of like an entirely red flag. That is actually kind of cool. Is my priest... Back in a bit, Aussie? Okay. My priest, my mage, my Horde mage, actually. My Alliance priest, and... What else did I play through? God. Oh, and my druid, my Alliance druid. I played them through AV in order to get the 1,000 honorable kills required to unlock their hidden blue tinted version of the artifact from Legion, and pretty much you got leveled to 120 as part of the process. Because unfortunately, you couldn't actually just you know, what I've been trying to do is to avoid over leveling my Alliance or my my Legion characters, so I could go in and you know, still do the Legion dungeons to get certain artifact appearances, but that didn't work out.
All of High Mountain stands with you, champion.
All right, High Chieftain, been tasked with defending the skies above Thunderbluff.
Together, we are.
There is little my Eagle Riders can do while Sylvanas controls the skies. But we can still defend Thunder Bluff. G is already there, tending to Bane's wounds. He said he has seen Orgrimmar under siege once before, and does not wish to relive it. We will stand beside our Tauren kin, and await further orders from Saurfang. Earth Mother watch over us all.
Alright. Still need to find another loyalist to kill. Which would mean a suspicious technician.
something first.
Alright, let's go talk to Chandris Feathermoon. Kitty Thief. So Chandris is hanging out with Lorthamar. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't know what Lorthamar and his weird ponytail are doing, but you know. Wish my lightsaber looked like that.
I am listening.
Assign your forces to the northern gate.
Consider it done.
So, we are to strike from the north. A sound plan. But there is no telling what treachery Sylvanas has in store for us.
She fought beside you for many years, both in life and in undeath. You must know her well.
Perhaps I did, long ago. But now... Our forces are few in number. We must make use of the surrounding terrain when we assault the gate.
The Sentinels have made use of that terrain for millennia. Our knowledge of the land was old when the Farstriders were young.
Yes, of course.
So, the voice actor for Lorthamar sounds a hell of a lot like the male Crusader from Diablo 3. In the meantime, let's go back to talk to the king. Death Knights remember this place very well. Look, it's Zappy Boy! The interesting thing about Zappy Boy, Zekon, is he was in one cinematic. He was in the original opening cinematic for Battle for Azeroth, which is, you know, of course, the Battle of Lordaeron. And he was a big sensation. And then Blizzard kind of lucked into that because he was also featured in the next cinematic, which was about, you know, Zekon being so eager for war. And then, you know, old soldier Saurfang is like, dude, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, kid. Hi, kitty. I has a kitty. I has a kitty. Look at him. I have a kitty cat. Yes, I do. Hi. Hi. I am trying to play video games. And talk to people while I do it. Alright.
Well met!
Caden, Raiden, the superstars are raiding. Party of 3. That's a good dinner party. What's going on, Caden? How was your stream? What were you playing tonight? Ugh. I didn't have a chance to go look because, you know, I'm a terrible person. And I was busy writing articles and stuff. Hi. Look at this kitty. Look at this thief kitty.
For the Alliance above all.
Alright. Our people are tired and our resources are dwindling. We need every weapon and soldier. Played some Lotro and just chatting. How's WoW treating me? It's okay. I'm basically playing through the little coda of the current patch before it leads into the next big patch. So we're gonna get a big, sad cutscene here in a bit. And it's sad because somebody in this room will die. It's not my character, but one of these people will die. And, of course, it's Horde-centric, so, you know. We're about to siege Orgrimmar for the second time. Because, of course, the first time was when Garrosh was in charge. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. But it was a good story. Unless your Alliance were like, oh, we were just kind of there. You know? Yep. Anduin wishes the bloodshed weren't necessary. True. All that's left is begin the battle. Here we go. This is probably going to be the big cutscene. Oh, I think we're probably going to have to fight and then we'll get the cutscene.
Safe journey to you.
Alright, and of course we asked where was Tyrande. Tyrande stomped off. She's grumpy because, you know, her tree got burned to the ground and there was genocide and nobody seems to care. That's pretty much Tyrande's view on the whole matter. I like the fact that our characters can be in certain cutscenes now. But not this one.
Varrock, it's time.
Notice how Thrall has eyebrows and no other orc does.
Who defend Orgrimmar are horde as well. Our brothers and sisters. These warriors have sworn to fight. For you. Many lives will be lost. Or perhaps just one. Sylvanas Windrunner! I challenge Mak'gora!
A traitor leading traitors. Why should I accept your challenge?
You want to make me suffer. Brother, you cannot win. My old friend. You and I. We don't get to hide.
I set you on this path.
And we knew where it could lead. Walk with me. The rest of the way. Let it be finished.
The High Overlord falls. I trusted you. And so did they. Death comes, old soldier. And all their hope dies with you.
You cannot kill hope. You tried at Teldrassil. You failed. Hope remains. You set us to kill each other at Lordaeron. You failed. Here we stand. You just keep failing. The Horde will endure. The Horde is strong.
The Horde is nothing! you could see yourselves as I see you. Toy soldiers in tin plate. Beasts who howl for honor, standing as one. Savor it. Nothing lasts.
What do we do now?
We bring him home.
Orgrimmar with a door. And a best as they could in-game rendition of what it looked like. That should have been the movie. Hey, Ski. Hi, Lance. How you doing, my friend? And yeah, the Tink Tink gets me every damn time. Every damn time. See, about the Warcraft movie, it's honestly, I can only remember watching it once. I didn't go back and watch it. I do have a copy on DVD. I forget where I got it. I did actually get it. But as long as you understand that it's alternate universe, I'm okay with it, you know? I mean, we've had alternate Draenor before. It's fine. But being an Alliance main, surprise, I am not happy with the fact that the Horde get all the good shit and have this entire expansion. They get the better story, they get choices, they get all the big featured cinematics, and we kind of just show up and it can't. Well, Jaina showed up and showed the day. She saved the day and then won the battle for Azeroth. But for the most part, and don't get me started about how Alliance have to do more work to get mecha gnomes than Horde. Well, we already had that story. We already had that rant earlier. I'm not happy about it. They tried too hard. Yeah, it was a Hollywood retelling of a story. It is a thing. So I did like the director. I mean, Duncan. He seems to be an awesome dude. And I didn't realize going into it that he was David Bowie's son. So I probably would have had higher hopes. Would have been more disappointed if I had known that in advance.
What I can.
He gave his life so our soldiers wouldn't lose theirs. None of us anticipated that he would challenge Sylvanas directly. Perhaps she did. It does no good to debate whether this was part of her plan or if she merely took advantage of an opportunity. We must be on guard for her schemes. Saurfang won his final battle. I do not know what will become of the Horde, but I have hope they will find a new path to follow. Recall our forces and inform them what has happened. Again, soldiers were dispatched to the Western Gate. You should be able to find him there. Okay.
A single spark can set the world. Regent Lord, what manner of magic did Sylvanas use against Saurfang?
I had hoped either you or Thalyssra would have the answer to that question. I have never seen her wield such power.
It was unlike any magic I have ever encountered. I could sense none of it, even in her presence.
Then she must have only recently acquired it, or simply waited until now to reveal it.
Either way, it does not bode well for us. Whatever she is planning, she no longer needs the Horde to achieve it.
And that should be scary AF. Let's fly a pretty fox on over to go talk to Gen. Vengeful Swift Claws. Nice fist weapon there. Ooh, Lord Darius Crowley has the has that really sweet cloak that Tyrion likes to wear.
For country, for family.
So does Lorna over here. You're waiting to claim justice for your son? Well, about that again.
Never let your guard down. Saurfang is dead, and Sylvanas has escaped. This is no victory. I care not who leads the Horde, or if they tear each other apart. All that matters is slaying the Banshee, and we have missed our chance.
As expected, Gen is not a happy puppy. But hey, at least he'll get a top hat come Tuesday, or he can have one, as a top hat will be part of the Worgen Heritage Armor set that ye players who have Exalted with Gilneas will be able to acquire. Worgen who have Exalted with Gilneas. Well, I guess if you have Exalted it counts. I don't know exactly, because I thought Reputation was now account-wide, so as long as one character has it, they all do. Well, I forget the exact details on that. Wait. Jaina moved up here. Hi.
A long road lies before us.
Saurfang was an honorable soldier. He prevented both a civil war within the Horde, true, and the potential destruction of the Alliance. He brought an end to Sylvanas' reign and saved many lives at the cost of his own. We shall honor his sacrifice. Ooh, that's where I get the title of Veteran of the Fourth War. I was wondering about that earlier.
We cannot let the world fall to darkness. I know what must be done.
Varrock Saurfang, son of Koruk, supreme commander of the might of Kalimdor, High Overlord of the Horde. He led the charge against the Lich King. He defended our world from the Legion. Saurfang inspired all of us to strive for true honor, and his legacy will live on in our deeds.
When the Alliance and Horde marched on Ahn'Qiraj, it was Saurfang who valiantly commanded our combined forces. Today, his courage saved thousands of lives on both sides of the battle. His sacrifice will never be forgotten.
You have earned your warrior's death, old friend. Now, greet your son with honor and glory.
do like how they make it so that your character in certain cutscenes can be there. It's really cool. And now we're back on the ship.
The true battle lies ahead.
We continue to fall into old habits of mistrust and suspicion. Blame the story group of hatred and war. And yet we also find ourselves banding together and rising against the forces that would destroy our world. I pray that one day will come when we'll break this cycle for good. Well, it's not called World of Peacecraft, I'm just saying.
This is how war always ends for us. With blood on our hands, mourning those we lost. No amount of fighting can ever bring them back. The cycle ends when we choose to walk away. I wasn't ready to learn that lesson before. Few may be ready now, but learn it we must.
Okay, so Jaina is basically learning that just because the Horde nuked her town and got away with it, she's still supposed to kind of forgive them. Alright. What quest do you have for me now?
The way forward will not be easy.
My brother Derek died in the Second War, only raised against his will by the Banshee Queen. If not for Bane Bloodhoof's courageous act of defiance, Derek would have been turned into a weapon against my family. He's lived in torment since his awakening. I fear he would be lost to us. But he has received help from an old friend of mine who was also recently raised, Kalia Menethil, sister of Arthas, Queen of Lordaeron, technically. She is guiding him back from the brink of despair. I'm on my way to pay him a visit. Would you like to come along? Sure, let's be a fifth wheel. Both of us. There'll be 2 fifth wheels. Third wheels, fifth wheels, what is it?
We all have our
We'll be third wheels. Alright. And they're there. So, all the wheels. So what are you up to today, Lance? Did boot camp kick your ass?
The time for dreaming is over.
Alright. So she has been healed from some or most of her, well, you know, we'll ride the pretty Silverian Dreamer. Why not? Because it's pretty. And I haven't ridden this one in a while. Playing Battlegrounds? Ooh. That sounds like fun. I was doing a lot of Alterac Valley for a while. I think you saw it on Twitter, I don't know. But I did manage to get my blue tint, the cool PvP tint for my mage, my druid, and my priest. So I'm kind of sick of Alterac Valley, which is kind of sad because I'd originally intended on spamming the heck out of it during the anniversary while the 15% bonus was up. But one thing I did find out was that if you got a Lobby character, you don't have all your skills, you're kind of useless in PvP. Plus, if you're less than level 40, you kind of can't ride as fast as everybody else to get to the objectives, and so you get ganked a lot, especially if you're Horde. I'm sorry, especially if you're Alliance. On the other hand, Alliance had really awesome queues popping real fast. Horde, you had to wait like 10-15 minutes per queue, which was a bit of a bleh. But you also got more XP as Horde because you frequently won. Though I think there was one night the Alliance actually won 3 times in a row. I was a little bit surprised. And the sad thing is, if you play a loyalist to Sylvanas, you get an extra cutscene in at Windrunner Spire that Alliance can't participate in. But if you're Horde, you can actually, if you do this as Horde, you can actually spy on the meeting by like hanging out here. And it's an actual separate cutscene, so you don't see other players. But if you're Alliance, you just have to go in and, you know, deal with everybody else running around at the same time, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just fortunate there's nobody here right this second. So there's a big chunk of meat over here and a very unsharp knife. So somebody was making dinner. That is very unsanitary. And let's take a look at Kalia. Because Kalia is kind of interesting because she's dead. Undead. She was raised. She's a light forged. So she's not all beat up. I'm not sure about the white pants though. I'm honestly not sure about them. So when I first saw them, they honestly, to me, I first thought that she had no pants. Like, they had her, you know, running around in her skivvies. But she's, of course, priest class, because she was, of course, for the folks who are playing in Legion content still, she is either the first or the second priest class follower that you can send out on missions. So she's undead. And personally, I'm kind of having the hope, and Lance, of course, I politely request you do not comment, because you wouldn't anyway, because, you know. But I'm personally kind of hoping that one of the things that we will get in Shadowlands is the ability to play Lightforged Undead and actually be pretty undead, because I don't like the current undead models. I really don't. I'm sorry. I never have. But I would play one of these. Anyway. Let's talk to Kalia.
Light's blessing upon you.
Oh, look at her. She's got the same animations that Jaina has. I like the hairstyle. Can I have the hairstyle? Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better here. And the outfit's pretty elegant, though. I'm not sure about this front piece. I'm sure it's supposed to just hang straight down, but it's not, so it's kind of weird. I think probably the reason I thought that she was wearing, like, shorts or not wearing any kind of pants is because it's so... Her skin is, like, a very pale blue, but with her white hair, you know, in the boob window, it really... there's not enough contrast. And it's also hard to keep clean while adventuring. There's that. Alright.
Honor the past, but embrace the future. Ah, Jaina. What a relief to see you safe.
Hello, Kalia. Big brother.
Word has spread of what happened at Orgrimmar. Is the war finally over?
It will take time for all the pockets of fighting to be quelled, but... yes, I believe so.
Azeroth has seen so many wars, so much strife. I pray we have earned a respite.
As do I. Have you been able to find peace in your own heart, Derek?
I still have some rough seas to sail, but I'm much better now. Thanks to Kalia. Without her guidance, I would have been truly lost.
I'm so grateful you brought us together, Jaina. This time with Derek has helped me as much as it's helped him.
In the wake of this war, others will need to find their footing.
Necrophilia.
Their future. Perhaps you could guide them, too.
I'm not sure how much help I could be. I don't have all the answers.
Maybe they don't need answers. Maybe they just need hope. Like I did.
Well said, big brother. Come, let's take a walk. I am so grateful to have you both back in my life. Let's enjoy this moment together.
And of course, they fade out. And that's it. That's pretty much all there is to do in terms of story until the patch starts on Tuesday. Now, I do have a lot more to do on Horde side because I had been neglecting the Horde. Because, you know, there's so much to do. However, shall we switch to the Horde side and do a little bit of stuff? Or shall we play something else? I am nowhere near ready to... That's not what I wanted. Nowhere near ready to get, like, if I were... I'm not honestly interested in getting Mechanomes as a race. I would be more interested in getting a Volpera, and even I have a named Sandbag for one over on Doomhammer, so... Hang on, let me say something to somebody in, okay. Little picnic here on the hill. I need to say something to somebody in Discord. Our friend Galdwin, sadly her father passed somewhat unexpectedly today, so she of course is dealing with that, and she's in my Discord, and we're keeping her company. How many characters do I have? I have as many on this account as I'm allowed to have, which means I have 50 characters. However, I don't obviously play them all, or hardly any of them, except this is my main. And I have a Horde main who's also at level cap, but is so far behind on the story, it's redonkulous. But we might actually switch over to the Horde side, and play that a little bit, so let me pop this character back home. Well, Borealis is just right there, so, yeah, whatever. I do have to say, I agree with the basic gameplay decision of making people play through the content on the ground the first time, but then letting them unlock flying, because flying is so much easier to get around. Oh my god. Oh hey look, it's the bobsled race. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. And we're gonna finish off with a piece of... We're gonna let you listen to one of my favorite pieces of music in all of the game. Not that one. Ooh, this is pretty. Not it. Where can I trigger that piece of music? Here it is. Piece of music, strangely enough, first appeared on the bonus disc in the Mists of Pandaria soundtrack. I was like, why is there a Kaltiran theme here? Didn't understand. And then a few expansions later, here it is. So you can have 50 characters on any given WoW account. And I have all 50 slots filled. I'll probably be re-rolling some of them here in the near future. Once I unlock DKs for all the classes. First of all, we're going to go look for a friend. I need to find the right bar. I don't remember which bar he's in. Actually, there's another friend. This is Russell the Bard, who we believe is actually a second homage, because there is Russell the Bard. Well, there is a Russell Dwarf Bard up in the Twilight Highlands, who is named after Russell Brower, my good and dear friend. However, as usual, Blizzard likes to misspell his name. It's 2 L's, I'm just saying. But no, there's another bar with another bard in it. And we're gonna go see if we can find it. I don't remember which bar it is. I think we might have missed it already. Yeah, because that's the border of town. I'm trying to remember now. That was one of the bars down here. But of course, there's a lot of bars.
This square has gone to the birds.
Maybe it's one of the ones over here.
Better evacuate the civilians before the gulls peck their eyes out. But don't tell them I said that.
Where's the other bar? Or is it a pub? Not that one. There's a barber shop. Now it's gonna bother me till I can remember where the hell it is. Let me come down here. Barber shop. Bums. I don't recall there being bad guys around. No, this is not it. There's a lot of rats in here. I wanted to say it's on this side of the street. That's the barber shop. That's not where it is. Now it's really gonna bother me. Ash vein dudes. What's the main bar over here? The shark. Who's in the shark? Oh. Ow, here. Honestly, I thought it was here. Like, I thought his character was, like, right here. Did they move Jay the Tavern Bard's NPC? No, now I'm gonna have to look this up on Wowhead. Says he can be found in Borealis. Well, they apparently did move him. Ooh, Whispers of N'Zoth, an available quest. Well, you know we're gonna go play with that. But first, we're gonna go find my friend Jay. Jay is famous because he got an NPC put into the game because he won the BlizzCon talent contest a few years ago with an extremely awesome song. So, we're supposed to be up here. Cahoots with boots. Oh look, there's a pub named Meeshers. I find that terribly amusing. Because of course I have my friend Meesher Beans. Okay, not there. Pub. Here's the other pub that I was misremembering. Oh, there's Jay. Look, there's Jay.
What can I do for you?
So there's Jay the Tavern Bard. He does stream though, at Jay Tavern Bard, I think. I forget. But you can definitely Google him and find his Twitch channel and go watch him when he streams. He does a lot of podcasting, including a lot of interviews with a lot of voice actors. Like a lot of the Overwatch folks. And a lot of the other voice actors. Like he had the lady Patty Matson, who does Sylvanas. I actually met Patty Matson at BlizzCon last year, and she was so nice. She plays evil so well. So, she's good people. Alrighty, so we're gonna go get this Visions of N'Zoth quest that's on my quest tracker here. Up here, we're gonna go find out what that is, and we're gonna go see what we got. Because Whispers, this is the only character so far that I've played through the world quest, or the story, that allows you to, you get this little transmog for your head. Have a wonderful game. Need to boop away for a bit? Take it easy, Lance. Have fun. Pet the pet. Pet the dog and the cat. Give Kaylee a floof for me. Alright, there's supposed to be a Visions of N'Zoth quest over here. You? Ooh, a messenger of the speaker. We've got an emergency, champion. We need you in the heart of Azeroth at once. Something nasty is getting into Ebonhorn's head. Ebonhorn! One of the last black dragons. Maybe you can help him out. Speak to Kalik in the Chamber of Heart. Okay.
Champion, we've got a problem. Ebonhorn, he...
Old guard contamination detected. Initiating sanitization protocol.
No, don't sanitize! Champion, you've got to get back to the chamber right now!
Alrighty. Let's go do that. That's not where I was going. Silithus. Right here. Silithus. And we're only going to stream till about 10 o'clock, or as soon as Sapience starts his stream, I'll rage on over to Sapience. In the meantime, for those who have not been playing through recent content, I'm going to show you something cool. Wow! That is indeed a gigantic-ass sword stuck in the planet. In fact, the zone of Silithus looks not unlike Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. And yes, that, the what face is definitely appropriate. Only you don't have to spend $75 in order to smell it. People bought it, so what the hell? And you thought there was lag in Bree and Lotro caused by bands performing. In fact, TD is playing tonight, and I'm gonna go see TD show. When is TD show?
Hold it together, Ebonhorn. Don't give in to the
champion. I know someone who might be able to help.
Wait, that's Calic who said that. Calicos. And having like 20 million other players and at the same time does make it difficult. Okay, it's Sunday. TD is playing at 10:30. Okay, so that's good. I think, yeah, 10:30. So I'm gonna go definitely watch that later. In the meantime, and that'll be on at the Prancing Pony on Landreval. So I'll be there. But first, let us go see what Caleb wants. One thing I dislike is having like 5 million different players here at the same time. Catriona with 100 bitty bits. Of course, this is the Chamber of the Heart of Azeroth, and it doesn't look very happy. Look at that. It's all crinkly. Bad shit's going down.
Greetings.
Alrighty. I knew N'Zoth was powerful, but to reach Ebonhorn within the safety of the chamber, we have to do something about this. None of us are safe. Ebonhorn cannot resist the Whispers for long. See, here's the thing. If the Whispers are more powerful than they were before, doesn't that make all of the Void Elves, in Ilaria in particular, at risk of going, oh, I don't know, crazy? Because that was the whole thing, is why Ilaria is choosing to, you know, try to control the Whispers. If that control was such a difficult thing that only a few Blood Elves ever managed it, or High Elves in her case, ever managed it, doesn't that kind of upset that apple cart? Alright. The Black Dragonflight seek to overwhelm the world once again, because of course the old gods are kind of what drove Neltharion mad, and of course Neltharion became Deathwing, so go figure. And Deathwing, of course, is the father of Raytheon. Alright. While I'm loath to mention him, I do know someone who's been studying the old gods in order to better combat them. Battle Raytheon. There we go. The Black Prince will be difficult to find. He is associated with Pandaria. I know them well. In the Tavern of the Mist and the Veiled Stairs, I suggest you begin your search there. Please hurry. Seek out Raytheon. Oh my god, I gotta go fly all the way there.
Hurry, champion. Find Rathian. He may be Ebonhorn's only hope.
When I first sensed these essences, I did not anticipate the importance of the matter for all the dragonflights are brought into the fold. Though I have reached out to the other aspects, I have yet to hear from Alexstrasza. It is odd that she would be silent while these powers manifest. She's last seen in the Vermilion Redoubt in the Twilight Highlands. You fear she may be in trouble. We must hurry. Okay, children.
Good luck. Make haste, champion. I will meet you in the Twilight Highlands.
Alright, so that begs the question, where are we gonna go first, kids? First of all, I am gonna actually wipe these quests out of my quest log, because I don't need them. So I don't intend to go into Alterac Valley for any reason in the near future. Okay, so we can go talk to Raytheon, or we can go talk to Calicos. I think I'm gonna go talk to Calicos rather than Raytheon, because Raytheon, that is story content for the upcoming, leading into the new stuff, and I want to clear out the old stuff first. So I have my Heart of Azeroth is pretty lame. It's only level 60. So I still have 62, 65, 67 to go, though the heart will get an upgrade in the new update, so that should be fun. So what's the quickest way to get to the Twilight Highlands from here? You know, I was just mentioning the Twilight Highlands, remember? Where Russell Brower's other NPC is? We're gonna go there, we're gonna go visit. First of all, though, we are gonna get to... Ooh, the quickest way there is through Ironforge. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go to Borealis again, and then we're gonna take the portal to Ironforge and fly over from there. And after the show, I'm going to whip out my drawing pad. I'm sorry, my graphics tablet. And I am going to work on some artwork, I think, while I'm listening to TD and watching Sapient stream later on. You comfort you to know that you're not the only one with a stacked inventory. Inventory management is one of the tenements of a proper Lotro stream, and I am a hoarder in most of my games. You haven't actually seen my bank. However, I can show you. This is my character's personal bank. Now, this bag is just my my crafting bag, my reagent bag. That's 98 slots, 10 of which are empty. And the rest of them are just like 20, 28 slot bags. And they're full of stuff. And most of these are like cosmetics. And we were talking about Valinir earlier today. I do actually have 14 of the fragments of Valinir. I just haven't gone back to get the rest of them. I should do that though. I should make a plan for that. And some of the stuff is like really old shit, and some of it isn't. But a lot of it is just, you know, old things that I can't get rid of. I don't feel I should get rid of, like a Black Dragon Flight Molt that used to be gray, but now it's not, so it means it's useful again. There's a 20 slot bag sitting here. I got my old Legion Legendary sitting here. Soul of the High Lord. Agamar Stride. Pride-Az! Everybody wanted Pride-Az because, oh my god, the Absorb Shield was amazing. I do have Shadow's Edge. I never finished the crafting of Shadow Morn. I should do that. But I think I got stuck on the thing, on the step where it actually requires you to have somebody else with you. So, there's that. I also got Justice Gauge. Man, I miss the days when those actually did something. They were pretty cool. The Chain of Thrain was also really good. I used to have Lincoln's bow, or Lincoln's boomerang from old school Ungoro Crater, but I don't know what I did with it. And of course I got crafting crap in here, and Hala Battle. The Hala Battle tokens actually came in useful once. I used some of them once, and I forget what I bought with them, but it was important at the time. So, oh, and Dragon Pie. It's like, why the hell do you have Dragon Pie in your inventory? Why? What's the point of this? Dragon Pie is... And it's handcrafted by Grimthorn Redbeard. Now, this is important. There's a gentleman named Kevin Stallard who is the Video game track director at Dragon Con. The video game track at Dragon Con is awesome. And there are two things in World of Warcraft that are directly attributable to Kevin and his crew. Now, Kevin's nickname is Grimthorn, or Grim. We call him Grim. And Dragon Pie is basically moonshine that tastes like apple pie. Okay. And it's really good. There's also other flavors of pie, but the video game track is very famous for having their own separate after-hours party and serving lots and lots. We're talking gigantic multi-gallon jars of pie and other alcoholic beverages. Of course, you are not forced or required or pressured into drinking if you don't want to. But it's really good. Now, wait a minute. Wait one cotton picking minute. We's going the wrong way because Alexstrasza is there. Why is it pointing us in that direction when we're supposed to be going this way? It's still pointing to the... Oh, you have to take the portal from the Eastern Earth Shrine. Oh, man. Okay, we're gonna have to go to Stormwind just to fulfill the terms of the quest. Pie Paradise? I've had Blackberry Pie, which was distilled by John Strangeway, aka Steampunk Boba Fett, and many other awesome roles. He also does a really cool Henry Jones Sr. from, of course, Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade. So yeah, he can do a good Sean Connery. He's also a really awesome dude. Black Rock Mountain. And it's kind of interesting to see people complaining about how the graphics in certain games are dated. And you look at these old-ass graphics from WoW. They never went back and fixed these. You know, it's like, oh, hey, we got cliffs, we got these mountains. So you don't need to dress them up any. It'll be fine. Oh, and both Dragon Pie, the other thing that was directly created by the Dragon Con video game track that wound up in World of Warcraft is Blingtron, which is an engineering, short-lived engineering bot that you can craft as an engineer, and then you can get daily gifts out of it. One roll per account. So, and they were both created by a gentleman by the name of Jonathan LaCraft, who had been a long annual visitor to the video game track at Dragon Con. He hasn't attended the past couple of years for reasons I'm not aware of, but before he stopped attending, he put this little coffee bird in-game. This is Regarius, former community manager for World of Warcraft and also known as the Coffee Bird. And yes, the cup beside him is indeed coffee. You can't see the nameplate because it's under my overlay. Well, it's kind of there under my overlay, but it's coffee because Regarius' persona, or real person, was a guy who really liked coffee a lot and spinning his chair around, and he was a hippogriff. Regarius has since moved on from Blizzard and now works at Ubisoft in North Carolina. He and his boyfriend are doing well. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. The Earth Shrine. Look at all these. This one's gonna get a lot of use soon. Though I have to say, this was my favorite. I freaking love Deepholm. It's so cool. We're gonna go to the Twilight Highlands. They do fit in with WoW's overall style. That is indeed the truth. So we're in Highbank. I haven't been in the Twilight Highlands in a very long time. We're gonna make a small detour. We're gonna go visit a friend first, and then we're gonna go to meet up with Calicos. So the reason Regarius exists in the game is because I pestered Jonathan Lecraft for like 2 years before he actually put the coffee bird in the game. So while I know a lot of people who work at Blizzard, including my friend Lance, who is just there, Lance doesn't work on WoW, he works on Battle.net stuff. Where am I going? I'm going up this way. I don't have my own NPC. There's a lot of Blizzard fans who have NPCs in the game somewhere, like Jay, the Tavern Bard. If you win the BlizzCon talent contest, you get to have an NPC in WoW. For example, the same year I think that Jay won the music contest, my friend Laura, aka Kazul, won the costume contest because she cosplayed as Hogger. She crafted a Hogger outfit. It was really good. And I still am creeped out by these tentacles. Speaking of old god corruption, right there you go. Anyway, there's this beautiful town of dwarves called Kurthaven. And if you're playing Alliance, there is a quest that you can do to help a couple get married. And to do that quest line, you talk to this particular dwarf named Mr. Russell Brower. And he, of course, is named after the former composer of World of Warcraft. And I used that NPC, visited and took screenshots and stuff in order to create a BlizzCon badge for Russell. I still talk to him, actually, even though he has left Blizzard. Still occasionally. It's not too often that I get to pester him. Wish him Merry Christmas and stuff like that. So I really remember liking playing through. This is Cataclysm content. I really enjoyed the Cata content, except Spine. I freaking hated the Spine phase of Dragon Soul with a bloody passion. I freaking hated it because it's so hard to do solo. It really is. So of course this is one of the, it's not even the first, it's the first most open manifestation of the old gods' corruption in World of Warcraft. I mean, because they've had this since, you know, the Shadow Council dealing with the orcs, and it's the Twilight Council and whatnot. Okay, so here's a Vermilion Sentinel, a Mender, Calic. Found an Azure Skywing. Uh-oh. That's not good.
This world is full of wonder.
We tried to reach the redoubt. We couldn't even make it to the ridge. Something's watching the skies, preventing us from reaching Alexstrasza. It's unlikely to remain out of contact for long, particularly when the very essences of the Dragonflight's power are being made manifest. While our allies here tend to the injured, we must seek out the Life Bearer at once. Let's go ride. Alright.
Fly true. Together we will defend our world.
Uh-oh, it's an instance. Ooh, flying. Got hit. beat up on the bad guys? I will.
They have Alexstrasza surrounded. You must reach her.
I'm out of range.
I'll be more
Your
than
aim
happy.
is well timed, champion. Now, subdue these aberrations.
Alright, Alexstrasza. You made Bolvar 4 Dragon eligible to be the Lich King,
I
so
don't have a target.
I guess we're okay.
It's too far away.
And some of the Warcraft novels actually go a lot more into detail. Especially Twilight of the Aspects is really good about that. It's about how Thrall stood in for the Black Dragon Flight during the attack of the Infinite Empire, or the Infinite Dragonflight and whatnot.
I'm out of range.
Where are you? I always like it when the Dragonkin are going around and doing their whirly thing. It only really makes sense when they've got like a really big honkin' weapon in their hands. But when they just got this little dinky thing, it's funny as hell. And they do it in like all kinds of places, like Blackwing Lair.
I need a target.
All kinds of fun places. Alright. Oh, hey. Dragon eggs. Uh-oh. Corrupted dragon eggs, I'm sure. Void Twisted Whelps. So these are probably red dragon eggs, and they got corrupted.
I need to target.
Because that was actually one of the things that was in, I believe, Twilight. Twilight of the Aspects was for a while one of the plot points of the story is that everybody thought that Alexstrasza's last consort, who was Kairos, aka Croesus the Archmage, had in fact betrayed all of the Dragonflights by destroying all of their eggs, which was kept in a secret vault.
I don't have a target. I need a target.
But what actually had happened was that Kairos had a sense that the eggs were corrupted, and went in there and sacrificed himself in the effort to destroy these eggs. And of course, so instead of dying a traitor, as they all thought, he was actually died a hero. Being a bit WoW lore nerdy up in here. Speaking of WoW lore nerds, one of the biggest WoW lore nerds on the planet, Anne Stickney of Blizzard Watch is starting her career as one of the assistant historians at Blizzard tomorrow. So I'm real excited for her. I mean, that's the kind of job I would love to have. So I'm happy for her and also jealous because that's the kind of job that I would love to be able to do, but I recognize the fact that she's put in the work. So she definitely deserves it. Okay, well I can't fly. Oh, Calic is flying around. Alright, so that wasn't Calic we were riding some other dragon. Some other member of the Blue Flight. I'm gonna come up here, get up to the Lifebinder, and then whoever's still attacking will kill him up here.
This battle is far from over. I can sense their leader drawing near.
Okay, they de-aggroed. Nice.
The balance must be maintained. All life is worth saving.
Gotta rescue some Vermilion Sentinels. It'd be a lot easier if I could fly.
Children.
They're killing them? Corrupting them? That's what they do.
Lifebinder, give in to the whisper. Join us, and you will be granted power beyond measure.
I'm out of range.
Alexstrasza and I will focus on Vexiona. Do what you can to save the captives.
I need a target.
Behold the future of all dragon flights. United as one. You will see the truth as I have, sister.
You are not my sister.
Vexiona. Trying to remember who Vexiona
It's
was.
too far away.
I think Vexiona used to be the guardian of this area. And then, of course, she got corrupted.
I need to get closer.
That was actually kind of really unfortunate. Speaking of dragons getting killed, or, you know, corrupted and then killed.
I don't have a target.
In this particular case, not a dragon so much. Well, yes, a dragon, but the green dragon aspect, Ysera, was corrupted by the nightmare. And then the only way to save her was to kill her. Very sad. But then Elune raised her and made her into a constellation, and we all cried because Terran Gregory is a terrible person and makes these awesome cinematics that make us cry. True story, Terran is actually really awesome, dude. And I'm happy to mod his Twitch channel because I never have to actually moderate anybody. I think I've only ever timed out somebody in his channel like once. And that was like the night before they announced Legion. And everybody was like super excited, but we didn't know what was going on. And because Terran maintains a polite and cheerful disposition, and the fact that he's not actually a developer or a community manager, people left him alone and just hung out and watched movies and listened to him talk about cinematics for hours. Mount Calicos, the top room. Mountain Calicos, Alright, where is Calic? Where's he landing? That's a good question.
She's escaping! Quickly! We must chase her down!
Of course, Calic, at least at some point, was involved with Jaina Proudmoore. And he was also involved with Anvina, but that was in one of the manga, but it's still canon because it's still referenced in...
Why do you resist, sister? Do you not see
referenced
the
in
grand
Sunwell.
destiny that awaits our kind?
The power you were promised will not protect you from me.
Oh, Alexstrasza gonna get her.
There is but one way this can end, champion. Prepare for a fight.
Well, duh, Calic. That's...
There she is. Now we finish this.
Oh, look at my wings. I got pretty wings.
I'm out of range.
So be it. If you will not join us, then you will be reduced to empty husks.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Your master will lead you to nothing but ruin.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Also known as don't stand in the stupid. Well, apparently I'm not doing any damage to her. You're dead.
out of range.
Enough! This madness ends now!
Uh-oh.
Well met. The aspects stand in defense.
Yicky! How are you, my friend?
I need to get closer.
Can I attack her now? Can I attack her now? Oh, she's taking damage finally. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on here. Hi. Oh, let's not stand in the stupid. Let all the spiders up in here, all the spooters. How was your stream, Yiki? What were you doing today?
I just need
more power!
Your pathetic dragon flights will fall. I'm out of range. If you will not
Chicken!
serve the master, then I will find one who will.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Let her go. My children are safer now.
That's not very wise.
Champion, your actions today have saved the Red Dragonflight from a terrible fate.
Well, the
For
Red
that,
Dragonflight's had a bad life
I am
already.
eternally grateful.
Doing some RDR?
I know you seek to empower the heart of Azeroth. You have more than earned my support. Cora Straza will carry you back to Silithus. I will meet you there.
Alrighty. Cora Straza will take us back. We at Dragon Rider today. Some of my friends who normally stream GTA 5 roleplay, they have been dipping into RDR as well. They're looking at setting up an RP server when they can. But I actually find more fun in watching them play GTA 5 because some of them are actually really cops, like real life cops who are. It's very bizarre. Real cops playing GTA 5 as cops. It's kind of weird. But then the WoW community manager, Devilor, he also plays with that gang. He's currently the chief of police for Los Santos. It's really fun. He did the 5M stuff. Cool. He's part of the family role-playing group, TFRP. So that whole gang of people. Alright. Let's go back. And they have some really good devs working on that project. You know, modding it out. Really cool. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here.
From pain, we draw strength.
Alrighty. So I get the tempered scale of the Scarlet Brood Mother, which will be,
What is it you seek?
An upgrade.
Long has my flight protected all life on Azeroth. And so shall we continue for as long as we draw breath.
Until you die. You know, that happens. Ask Ysera. She died.
Accept this gift. May it light a flame within you to burn bright through the darkest times.
Ooh, I get an achievement, Power Creep. Alright. So, I infused the Crucible Flame, made it a rank 3. So that's over here. So my spells and abilities have a chance to cauterize your target for 10,780 fire damage over 10 seconds, or heal an ally for the same amount over 10, attacking up to 3 times. That's really nice. Okay. Ooh, and I get a cracked dragon scale that will sell for 100 gold. Nice. Alright, so the other one was that we had to go seek out Raytheon in the Tavern of the Mists. So we need to go to, Pandaland. So we're gonna pop back to Borealis first and then take the portal, to Stormwind. and then take the portal from Stormwind to Pandaria. It's a little bit of an adventure, so I'm not streaming for too much longer. I do apologize, I did start late today. I was writing an article. Surprise! Alright, Exodar, no. Ironforge, no. Stormwind, yes. Let's go to Stormwind. Alright. Madcap, the Hallowed, the Squirrel Squad. I like their guild name, but Madcap, doesn't that name sound familiar? Okay, Pandaland, Pandaland, Pandaland. Storm Shield, no. Borealis, Azuna. There's the Cavern of Time. That is like one of the most needed portals ever. Pandaland. Whoosh. We're going to fly through Pandaria. So on Tuesday, anybody can create a Death Knight for any of the races Pandaren going forward. You know what, I am Pandalin. I should ride a Pandarian mount. There we go. Because I'm a jewel crafter, so I made me a blue sapphire panther. Beef Kitty would like to say hello to everybody. Come here. Get up here. Get up here. Come in here so you can say hi to Yiki and his crew. Because Yiki's good. Come on. Come here. This is Thief. He's a butthead. He's an obnoxious cat who likes to stream bomb and purr a lot and get cuddles on camera. Look at him. He also drools. He also has his own Twitch emote. Zendamu, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very much. In fact, we are creeping up slowly on 900 followers to the channel. I think if we hit that, or maybe if we hit 1,000 followers, might have to do some special shenanigans. I mean, I always do shenanigans, right? I mean, my Lotro and DDO forum titles are the instigator of shenanigans, so... Though the DDO one is instigator of Sharnanigans, because of course their current expansion is the Masterminds of Sharn. So, puns are us. So Thief Kitty's got his head down on my arm and his butt in the air. And he better get comfortable here in a minute. Alright, so the Tavern in the Mist are here. And I've been back here since I ground the rep needed to get the legendary cloak from Pandaland. Oi. Hi, cat. So right and left are the Black Talon bodyguards. And of course they are Raytheon's bodyguards.
You dispute my honor?
Okay, we were told to stay here and wait for further orders, so we waited. When did we get our chance for some action? Uh-oh, he hasn't had much contact since handing over these journal pages. The journal pages will be important. They will be part of the horrific visions that are coming in 8.3.
Strength.
And of course, his quartermaster is still here.
Slow down.
Slow down. So these were useful in the legendary weapons from back in the day, so I'm not going to buy any of these. Cat hair. But they were useful back in the day. Oh man, I remember grinding these. They were terrible. And this was the big thing, is you had to earn the right to buy the timeless essence of the Black Dragonflight. Kitty. Listen to him. Listen to him purr. He doesn't care. He don't care. Get rid of our uninvited guests and then we can talk. Okay.
Until next time.
Where are the uninvited guests? Oh, I saw the red things.
It's too far away. I need to target something first.
So we're just keeping an eye out for the notification that Sapiens has gone live, because he should appear momentarily. Unless he's late, as usual. It happens, you know. And then we'll raid you on over to him, and you should definitely follow his channel, because he is trying to get 400 followers on Twitch, and he is only like 2 or 3 away from that goal, so even if a couple of you did it, it would be awesome to watch.
It's too far away.
And Sapiens is also known as the former Lotro community manager and all-around awesome dude who introduced me to the art of trolling and to chicken and waffles, which is super ironic because he and I have never actually had chicken and waffles together. But there are nebulous plans to rectify this at PAX East here at the end of February. Alright.
It's too far away.
Collect the page from Rathian's journal. The music in Pandaria is so good.
Back off, whelp. Go with honor.
I got Torn Journal, page 7. Okay.
I'm getting angry.
Might be able to help you find him. Alright. Alrighty, he's not easy to find. I would make my way to Blackrock Mountain. There's a terrace carved in a slope where Nefarian once made his lair. I am well familiar with that place. Rathian has been monitoring that place for a long time. If he's not there himself, he might find someone who knows where to look. It's clear you're not the only one searching for him. Watch your back. Seek out Rathian at the entrance of Blackwing Descent.
Fight well, friend.
Okay, we're gonna come out to the back way. I don't want to know what they're doing. I don't remember. They might be doing laundry. That might be a reference to Chinese laundry, which I'm not sure if it's racist or not. I want to know. So we're going to take the portal from the Shrine of 7 Stars, which is like over the damn hill. So one thing I am looking forward to on Tuesday is coming in here to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms and finding that mess gone. The Vale will be once more restored to its pristine aspect until an Azoth invasion shows up. And then it will look corrupted until the invasion is over. I wonder if the invasions will be handy ways of leveling your higher level characters, because they're happening in 2 high-end areas. Cat hair. On the other hand, they're making a lot of the game level agnostic. Wait, you actually named your character Small Peen? Well, considering it was a lady gnome. No peen at all would be more likely the correct name there. So, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. If you can take existing characters with Shadowlands, and what they're doing is they're taking the level scaling and they're cutting it so the level cap will be 60 again. And then all content up to Shadowlands will constitute 1 through 60. And then the 60 to 70 will be in Shadowlands. But I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work for existing characters. I mean, they did say they're not getting rid of the current leveling process. Like, you can level by going to whatever zone you want, pretty much. Within certain guidelines, of course. Like, if you go to Westfall and do quests, it'll max out at level 60. But you could either go to Northrend or Outland to do 60 to 80. Because those two will scale between those two points. But with Shadowlands, what new characters will be able to do is they can either level through a class and race and faction agnostic area called King's Rest, I think. They will also be able to, once they complete that, they will pick an expansion to level through. Like, you'll pick Burning Crusade, or you'll pick Wrath of the Lich King, or you'll pick Mists of Pandaria, and your character will then level through those zones. Except first-time players, actual first-time players of WoW, will have no option. What will happen is they'll play through King's Rest, and then they will be required to play Battle for Azeroth, and then go from there. So they're gonna skip, like, the entire game. Okay. Black Talon Watcher. Sleepless Interrogator. Seeker of N'Zoth. Hand of N'Zoth. Okay. Kitty Thief, what are you doing?
I don't have a target.
Reach into your...
I need to target something first.
Too late. I found a torn scroll of unearthly rituals. Uh-oh.
We will persevere. Keep your wits about you.
Seek him out in Karazhan. Okay, we're going to Karazhan now.
Maria Shola.
Okay, we've got to go to the catacombs in Karazhan.
We will have justice.
We will have justice. Justice. Alrighty. Thank goodness for flying mounts. One of the cool things is how far you can see in the game now. Like, for the longest time, you could be at, like Mount Hyjal, and you could see all the way south to where the sword of Sargeras was sticking up out of Silithus. It was very bizarre. And I think they changed it so it now only starts appearing once you get to, like, you know, Mulgore or whatever, or Thunder Bluff. And for the longest time, when I was in Stormwind, and I had just crossed the parapets of Stormwind, was starting to fly in Elwynn Forest, I could see Karazhan in the distance. And apparently one of the things they're changing with the update on Tuesday is they're revamping Deepwind Gorge, and they're going to make it into a battleground. I don't know if it's a separate instance battleground, or if it's going to be like a PvP free-for-all zone, which will kind of suck for folks who want to level and do all the quests around Karazhan. And I learned to hate Red Ridge Mountains after a while. Mainly because I was trying to level some alts through Redridge and use war mode as a means to level up more quickly, except Blizzard in their infinite wisdom plopped a max level horde quest in Redridge Mountains, and the way it worked out is if you were a horde, you could attack all the Alliance people. It was not cool. Not fun. I hated it. Hated it! Okay, so we're here. I remember the Sky Shadows terrifying me because they're level 55 and I was running through these at a different, much lower level. Going through to get into the Swamp of Sorrows. Alrighty. Where are we going here? A slain lookout. Oh no. Still warm to touch, has not been dead for long. Got the page. There's a note on the wall. Bit of a fierce fight. Found more pages in the journal. Perhaps the Black Prince is not far away. Woo! Yeah, level 61. Nice. Already entered the catacombs beneath Karazhan. Dead lookout has a set of keys. With any luck, you can find Raytheon before Okay, let's go in, I guess. This might take longer than I expected to stream. That's okay. If Sapience is late, it'll be alright. And I'll just raid him after I've already begun. Raid him after he's already begun. It'll be fine. Didn't realize what kind of rabbit hole this was gonna be.
I don't have a target.
I like playing a paladin in WoW. You're a void elf, huh? So there. I'm actually really curious to see how the various races look as Death Knights. 'Cause I'm not sure how many allied races that I've unlocked that I will play as a Death Knight, but one of the main reasons why you might want to is a normal allied race starts at level 20 and pandas start at level 1. But if you start them as a Death Knight, they'll start at 55, same as any other Death Knight. And so if you're looking to unlock, for example, the heritage armor for a specific race, like, you know, Void Elves or Goblins or whatever, starting off as a Death Knight is a quick way to get there. Or Panda, anyway. Volpera Death Knight. I know, Cupid Deadly. But you have to level from 20 to 120 to get the heritage. But they did confirm that if you start as a Death Knight at level 55, you can still get the heritage armor for, like, for example, for Volpera or whatever. As long as you don't spend money on a character boost. As long as you level naturally from wherever that class starts off at, you're fine. Because that was one of the questions I had, is like, well, what if you're, what if you want heritage armor? Well, you start a Death Knight and start at level 55.
I need a target.
But of course, that also means that you have to actually play a Death Knight. Personally, I prefer Pally over Death Knight because of the heals. And I freaking love the decoration in this place. This is so cool. Alright, what am I looking for? Something up here. Oh, hey, here's something. A burnt journal page. Oh, no! That was no bueno. Better be worth some money, though. Wait, there wasn't a way up there. But there was for that one, where that one lady was. So we'll have to squeeze past where she was. Right here. My thing is, I haven't actually unlocked any allied races except the 4 from Legion. I haven't gotten ready to unlock any of the other ones. Mainly, I don't really care about Mechanomes.
I'm out of range.
And I don't really care about the Magpar Orcs, which were a BFA thing. Nope. That is not Sapient streaming. That is somebody else I know, but I'm not gonna switch over. Okay, you're a named goon, so we're gonna go over here and see a not named goon. Alright. Now we can kill the named goon. The Mouth of N'Zoth. Sweet. Does he talk like Darren DePaul?
I need to target something first.
So there. A potion of mental clarity and a hastily scrawled note. And I assume that Abyssian, Ebonhorn's real name, has fallen prey to the whispers of the old gods. Unfortunately, I have prepared a method to save him. You'll find a potion with the properties you seek sitting next to him. Bring it to my brother and it will clear his mind. Okay, I will thank you for your efforts in person soon enough. Okay. Powerful and chaotic. Changes color seemingly at random. Ooh.
Champion, we need you back in the chamber at once. Ebonhorn's almost gone. Mother's opened a way gate to get you back here. Hurry.
Did I miss any journal pages, I wonder? Should I go back and look? Maybe. Maybe not. That wasn't creepy or anything. Kitty thief.
I counsel the High Chieftain.
Hey, St. Joan, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Are silent. Rathion crafted this potion? So, you were able to find him?
No, he eluded both N'Zoth's minions and our friend. But it seems he has found a way to resist the influence of the old gods.
I knew you would come.
Alrighty. Scribbling concerning that N'Zoth's influence could reach me even within this Chamber of Heart. If Rathion has found a way to resist the power of the old gods, we can use it to reinforce the Chamber's defenses. Perhaps Mother can glean more information from Rathion's journal. Okay. Mother. Hi, Mom!
Accessing reading database. Hello.
Alright.
Farewell scanning transcribed data. Complete. Do you require experimentation?
Am I just getting my Heart of Azeroth? Nah, it leveled up to 60 on the way. I'm actually completing the story up until the update on Tuesday. See if Kitty would like to say hi to you, because he's a stream bombing kitty cat. Yours is level 70. Yeah, I don't play enough to be level 70 for that. I just ding 61. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Lay down. Get your paw out of my pocket. The cat doesn't care. Alright, formulating fortification schematics for the Chamber of Heart. Okay, all data recorded in catalog, physical transcription no longer required. And this is why you don't throw anything away, is because just in case your database crashes, you still have CD backups. Do I need any help with questing? Not tonight. We're almost actually done with the stream. I'm just waiting for Sapiens to go live, and then I'm gonna rage on over to him. Oh, look at him.
Mother! Why'd you do that?
Data committed to memory. Physical record no longer required. Destruction executed as advised.
I suppose Rathian doesn't want to be found, but the knowledge he's accrued could be critical in the fight against N'Zoth. Thank you, champion. I'll get to tracking down the Black Prince. Not too many places you can hide when Azeroth's own speaker is looking for you.
Okay, so we are effectively, I believe we are done with the content. Just waiting on Tuesday for this character. Hi, kitty. But I suppose we could do inventory management. So let's go back to Boralis and clean out our bags. A little bit. Yes, I have crap from Legion in my bags. Thief Kitty has decided there will be some other quests from Mommy when your heart levels up. That is true. I just haven't got to them yet. Okay. Yeah, we just did one of the one where Calyx sent us after Alexstrasza in the Twilight Highlands. That was fun.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Alright, let's go clean our bags of crap. You want to see piles of crap? See also my guild bank. Alright. I sold that too. What are you doing? Basically, I don't really need to do anything in Mechagon. Except I will want to, if I wanted to get the Mechanome unlock, I would have to go back to Mechagon and complete getting them up to Revered. I'm sorry, up to Exalted. Look at this cat. Let me see. What am I looking for? Not XSplit, I'm looking for Chatty. Alrighty, there we are. Now, Sapiens is logged into his own channel, so, and he started up Streamlabs, so hopefully, that means he's starting to stream soon. Chatty's a beautiful thing. You just need to do the Mechagon dungeon. Well, the good news is, as I'm sure you're aware, St. Joan, is on Tuesday, that'll be available as a heroic dungeon in the group finder, so there's that. But I need to unlock the Volpera, I need a shit ton of stuff to do on the Horde side, because I haven't even done most of the Horde content. Hi. I've been playing this other game called Lord of the Rings Online, and you might have heard of it. Hi. This cat. Nose. Alright, let's go see what we got that I can get rid of. When did Lotro come out? Lotro is a little bit of an old game. It came out in 2007. The bummer is, like, a lot of this crap from Mechagon Engineering is, like, soulbound. So I can't even trade it to alts. Get the kitty. But nobody plays Lotro. I mean, they destroyed the ring, so game's over, right? Game over, man. Game over. Cat. Never heard of it, Guitar? Yeah, I know. Nobody ever plays that game. So I have a cat who's trying to run his head in. Ow, it's my hair. Thank you, cat. That is definitely thank you. Alright. A moist. It's a moist fillet. A rubbery flank. Ow. Alright. Kitty, what are you doing? Sold out. I never figured out who gets these collections. I'm sure somebody does, but I think they need like a certain number of them, and I never went to bother figuring them out, so I really should one of these days. Sapiens is now live, so we're gonna raid on over to Sapiens. It was March 31st, 2007. Yeah, my account dates back to March 2007 as well. So, I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna go raid Sapiens and hang out with the former Lotro community manager. He has heard of Lotro. And we'll see what he's playing tonight. He was playing Monkey Island last night, and it seemed to be pretty fun. So, we'll see what he's got up his sleeve. Good night, Catriona. It was good to have you here as well, and thanks for the bits earlier. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired. And I have to be at work at 5 in the morning. I'm deliberately working from home because my supervisor hasn't said I couldn't. So... that is my plan, that unless he explicitly forbids me from working from home on Friday and the following Monday, I will be streaming Weatherstock right here from the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. It'll be on Landreval at Thorn's Gate. It'll be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Anyway, thank y'all for being here, and I will see you next stream. I'm not sure when it will be the rest of the week, because I will dodge around my work schedule, 5 a.m. to 1 or 2 p.m., and the fact that I do moderate for other folks like Signamu and Sapiens, and I gotta dodge around their channel. And plus I also need to sleep. Go figure. So, I will see you all then, and whenever I stream. And I will be updating the schedule when I figure it out. But you know the saying, if you can't be good at it. So I'll see you next time.